Project Task 1 for Health Sciences is asking you to follow these instructions. So part 1, the highlighted instructions, and then part 2, and completing this template with the information that is highlighted in the project description. So I'm going to go through an example of what I mean. So the first part of your project task 1 is asking you for 1 mark to describe what a disease is. So in your template, I have the section for you to enter in that information. So what is a disease? So I'm going to enter in my answer here. A disease is a medical condition that stops the body from working normally. Okay, and then for the next question, it's asking me explain what a sign of disease is for 1 mark, and then I have to give 1 example. So for all of these explain questions, okay, I'm asking you to explain the meaning of sign, of symptom. I want you to explain the meaning of a communicable disease and the meaning of a non-communicable disease. So I'm looking for the meaning. So if I explain a sign of a disease is, a sign of disease is something that you see or observe. On someone, or a physical change that you can see. Okay, and so maybe I would see somebody coughing. So I'm going to say an example, and I can make this square a bit bigger here as well. I'm going to say an example could be a cough. Okay, so that's explaining what is a sign. A sign of disease is something that you can see or observe on someone, or a physical change. And I'm going to do the same for symptom. I'm going to explain what is a symptom. A symptom, okay, is, and then I'm going to say communicable disease is a type of disease that, okay, and for example, so it's the same for each of these terms. I'm looking for you to explain the meaning, okay? So in part 2, I'm asking you to choose 1 disease that we have discussed in this unit 2. So 1 that we have discussed or that you find in your book, okay? And I want you to give me the name of that disease for 1 mark. So in your template, this is the area where you will put these answers. So disease name goes right here. And then the classification. So I'm asking you for whether the disease is communicable or non-communicable, or is the disease acute or chronic. So that's what I mean by classification of the disease. So you would say acute or chronic, and communicable or non-communicable here. And then finally, I'm asking you to identify 2 signs or symptoms of that disease for 2 marks, and for you to put these here. Okay, so hopefully that's answered your questions about the project.